pliers, welcome to yet another episode of Aaron at the Fly Desk, brought to you by Angler Made. Today we're going to tie another worm variation. This one's more like a mealworm. We call it the Whatsit Worm, and you're about to see why it catches fish. First off, I like to weight this fly. This is a really good fly to use if you're euro-nymphing. And so we want this guy to get right down on the bottom where the fish are. So I'm going to show you a little trick with your lead. We're going to put this lead right in the middle of the fly. And then I'm going to wrap some thread through it just to secure it. And then I'm going to take some trusty 4-set pliers, and I'm going to mash that lead down on the top. And so you'll see it's now square on top. And so this is going to give my fly some width and help with our taper. Alright, once we get there, I do like to just put a little dab of super glue on here just to cement everything on there. The one thing I hate is when fish start tearing up my flies, because by then you're usually on your last one and you don't have any left, and they tear it up and you have to go home. Not this one. Next thing we're going to do is we're just going to get our black thread bobbin, and we're going to tie some thread onto the fly. And on this one, we're going to go all the way back, quite a bit farther than normal, down where it starts to bend. Sorry, COVID. Alright, next thing we're going to do is I've got a 1/8 strip of latex. Latex is a little bit clear, but not a lot, but it's enough to where I want this fly to have a little bit of a green tint. So what I do is I use my green thread and I try to cover as much of it as I can so we get that green tint underneath. Okay, next thing we're going to do is as we wrap our latex, we're just going to go end over end. We're going to stretch it on the ends. See, I didn't do a very good job cutting, so I've got a little bit of fiber popping out. But as I get to the top of the fly, I'm going to stretch it quite a bit less so that it starts to bulk up. And then right at the end, I'm going to stretch it pretty heavy. Wrap it tight, stretch it, cut it, and then thread it down. Okay, so we're to that point. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to whip finish my olive thread. So I'm all done there. Now we're going to get a tan marker. This is kind of a tan permanent marker, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw through the top, and you can see it's giving it a nice two-tone look. So I'm keeping my underbelly just natural. Then as you go the sides and the top, you've got just a little hint of tan. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to get our black thread or 6 wraps right at the back of it. And then I'm going to start to rib the fly. Just try to keep it as even as I can as I come up through it. And once I get to the front, I'm actually going to cover my olive thread with black, so it gives it a little head on the front of it. Alright, so you see we got a nice taper on this Whatsit Worm, and our final step is we're going to get some UV glue. Turn on my UV light, and I'm going to get it all the way through this fly and on the head, on the sides, and on the bottom. And what I want it to do, and you can see it starting to do it, is I want it to kind of get that bubble on the bottom. And then what I do is I hit it there, and then I flip it over really quick, and I hit it one more time. Oh, we got some type of fiber in there. There. Alright, now we're going to hit all of it here. But that little bit of a bubble on top of the UV glue, you'll see what it does. It just gives it a little bit deeper color because that UV glue magnifies what's going on below it and gets it a nice wormy look. Then we go to the underbelly, and it's nice and cream, top of it's brown. And that, my friends, is what we call the Whatsit Worm. Guaranteed to catch fish, gets down deep, right on the bottom. It can imitate just a little worm, a caddis pupa, mayfly larva, about anything. The fish really key in on the ribbing and that cream tan color. Looks really good underwater as well. So there you have it, the Whatsit Worm. Thanks for watching another episode of Aaron at the Fly Desk, brought to you by Angler Made. Don't try this fly, catch some fish with it, leave some comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching.